Good morning.
Welcome live trading. We were just going through our stops yesterday. So for those of you that were with us yesterday, SNX, we went CAS off a great area, and we had 2 to 3% move. And what happened? Lied to back down. We got before you guys came. Really, there's nothing you can do wrong if you get chopped up. The best thing you can do in times like these, consider. Yeah, BTC broke a nice level yesterday. It came back, it retested the area. The alts responded well. I think we structured those trades quite nicely. There were a lot of trades in good areas, and we followed the process, we followed the steps, came back down, got stopped out, and here we are again. So I'm still looking for a trade on this Bybit account with you guys. We've got to get this right. I did get a Lux Algo indicator signal. Okay, so we're going to go with Lux Algo long on Axie on the 1 hour. Okay, so I've taken a long on Axie, 100 base that trade quickly, and then we're going to jump into some BT. Hopefully, Chris is here. We can talk. Let me get my screen out for you guys. Okay, so Axie has printed a green blue tick on Go. Simon is not away, but I texted him the setup. Simon is our Lux Algo expert, guys. I sent him this. I've given it a go on. Let's see the stop size here. So the stop's 1.2%, and we're looking for a move into this red band at least. I would say potentially a little bit higher. We can get some fibs out here. Okay, so yeah, this is sort of where we're talking. The 618 is probably a great area to look at. So yeah, that's my trade off the bat here. Lux Algo said go for it. So yeah, let's see how it plays out during this live session. Let me pull up some BTC. BTC being flat and rangy.
Well, yeah, I mean, we all got caught by the fact that BTC did this little pump, which we were all on together with, and then just within a couple of hours, it was right back growing grass right in the middle of that zone.
So frustrating.
Yeah, it really was. It really was. Hang on 1 second, and I was just looking at your.
I got the Tomo this morning at about 9 o'clock. It was breaking a trend. I just jumped in. I rode it for about 2 or 3 hours and then jumped up. But finally, I'm on the board with Tomo. I'm very happy.
Woo! Well, I was asleep, so I missed it.
So this is the candle that got us yesterday. Let's look at this on the 1 hour. It's the classic story. We got so excited. It came back. It started settling on this level. What looked like a nice retest to now go up. The alts responded really well, and everything tied in quite nicely for that. So, we went with it, and then what happened? It broke back down, and then these alts started bleeding again. So, guys, the conditions are incredibly tricky at the moment. You can see this range on BTC. Sheldon did the show today, speaking of Bollinger Bands, how tight those bands are at the moment. So, we are they're tough. So don't be too hard on yourselves if you're getting stopped. Just follow your process, follow what you've learned, and just stick to your systems, and you're gonna be okay. You're gonna come right eventually. Getting stopped is unfortunately part of the game. If we never got stopped and we won every trade, I mean, we'd all be absolute billionaires, wouldn't we? So it's part of the process. It's part of learning. We got stopped. I mean, we did 2 trades live yesterday. We got stopped on both. You know, it sucks, but this is the nature of the game, unfortunately. So, you know, we're going Axie. We've got the signal from Lux Algo. Hopefully, we'll get another trade today as well while we go through the charts, and then let's see where we are. Okay, so just to zoom out again on the current situation, BTC 12-hour. I mean, look at these candles. There's big buying, there's big selling. It's just everyone is just getting chopped up all over the place. So unless you're not trading, or you're trading maybe dailies, or you're taking much bigger views, you know, things will be okay for you. Like I've been in a GRT trade for 6 or 7 days. It's just not losing the area. Sometimes it's green, sometimes it's red, sort of bouncing around, and it's very frustrating. So, you know, we need to wait for this big BTC move, but right now, we got to just let things play out. I mean, you can see something's going to happen here just by the way it's just ranging like this in these areas, and they're just chopping out shorts. Obviously, guys, for us to you know, to get these alts moving, which is what I like to do, we need dominance to start dropping, obviously. So we try and look for rejection zones for dominance, which might be an indication for us that it might be easier to move into alts. Then dominance rejects, and then these alts get a move. So where do I see a rejection zone? It would be nice somewhere up there. So maybe we get that, you know, that should fire it up. Obviously, we need to look out for that, you know, BTC dominance going up. That's either BTC strength or BTC weakness in the whole market dumping. So getting to a reaction point soon, I would say.
Yeah, and the thing I keep noticing is the fact that we're stuck at 1.1 trillion plus or minus market cap, and there's just not enough money to move the market in, you know, strongly in any particular direction. You know, we may just have to be waiting for, you know, real money to start coming into the market again. You know, with the overall economy starting to feel better, but then you got China. But you know, this may be our situation for a little while. We just gotta be patient.
Yeah, look, we had some bad economic news out of China as well, so that hasn't really helped things too much on the other markets.
No.
Yeah, that's been tricky. You know, the markets that we trade here locally also, you know, they get affected by news like that on China.
Exactly.
Okay, this is total market cap.
Yep.
Total daily, tight range. There's nothing to report yet. You know, we're waiting for a move.
Exactly.
You know, this is, we can react over here and we can react over here, but you know, until we get there, we need to just play the waiting game. Hopefully we grab some alts that blow up at the right time. We saw RUNE, absolute beast move. Okay, let's look at what are the hot ones here. HBAR, RUNE. What else has been flying in the last couple of days? Chris, what are you seeing out there?
Still, I've been actually not doing too well on my side. I tried to short, tried a couple shorts, got stopped out. I even went short on Theta, and it wicked into my stop and went back down again. I'm waiting. My sentiment is short, so I'm looking for shorts. But when I'm just finding everything on support. AVAX is sitting on support. So I think from my side, I'm not taking any trades at the moment until I either see some reverse, some that we hold support or we break it.
Yeah,
but
so this is a good point. You're making a good point, because if we're sitting on support, it's quite difficult to open a short on support. Even if you're feeling bearish, you almost need to let it drop. Then you need to let it push up into old support, which is resistance. Then you can fire up your shorts. So we either need a nice green move off support here, if you're bearish, We need a nice green move to short, or we need it to drop, which could take a couple of days and then push back up. So yeah, very good point. I'm finding it very tricky at the moment, to be honest.
But Bill, I think the trick right now, and I said it to you a little short while ago, is with the current market right now, you need to be taking your profits far quicker. You're waiting for these longer moves, and yet you're banging out 15-minute moves that are giving 4 or 5% a lot. I mean, so you've got to be taking your profit. And
yeah, I mean, we dealt with this yesterday, Craig. I mean, we had, if you were on that live, we had a 2 or 3% move on CAS.
Yeah,
on a 10x, it's 30%.
And then you reversed it.
Stopped up.
So you've got to be taking the profits out quicker now. Bill, just have a look at Doge. So if you look at Doge, I know I'm zooming right down to very small time frames, but if you just drop to a 5-minute candle or 15-minute even, no, 5 minutes more important, and then you put your order blocks on. So we tapped into a 67% order block, okay, which is on the 618 retracement. So I'm expecting us to come back. I just missed it because we were getting that our vitamin boost. So I've been waiting for it all day, and we tapped right into it, but it's still there because it didn't close. So I think I don't think we'll go back to the order block, but I mean, it'll be very close to it. It's a 67% order block, which is good. I mean, on a 618 retracement, if you just want to have a look.
I'm looking for it now. Okay, so on the 1 hour, I'm picking up a nice juicy one here.
Okay, there. What percentage order block is that?
This is 18.
18. So if you drop to the 5-minute, you'll see, because that's a 618. If you take that low on the left.
I'm not getting it on the 5-minute for some reason.
Is your order block on?
It's gone now. Yeah.
I've got it on the 1 hour. It's big.
Yeah, we've got it on the 1 hour here, Craig.
Yeah.
No, man, I'm showing you in 5 minutes. I mean, I've been watching it all day. That's weird.
So yeah, so with Doge now, unfortunately, it's lost this trend. So we need to watch.
Yeah, but we have tapped the 618 retracement. So if you pick up that low, that wick low under that order block there, that's where that red line is. Yes. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so there we go. There's the 618.
Yeah. And we tapped it now, and I
don't
know why. Maybe it's you know what? It's probably your setting on how an order block gets mitigated. Mine is mitigated on a close of a candle. Yours can be mitigated on the wick of a candle.
Okay.
And so
that's
it's just a mitigation. It's just a setting. So the order block is still sitting there, and we wicked it twice now, but I don't think we're going to wick it again.
I mean, how was this candle yesterday? Look at this. 4% candle yesterday.
So that's the candle that, normally with these things, those candles tend to get filled over a period of time. Look, I don't know how far we're up to that 200-day, because obviously that to me is a bigger issue. But I mean, it's a fair leverage trade from where we are now to that 200 days. What?
It's 2.8%.
Okay, but you see, so I'm saying that's 28% because it's a 10x.
Yeah, if you 10x, it's 28%. I mean,
yeah. That's the kind of ways.
Yeah, and then obviously the stop loss size is obviously different. You don't want to go 2% of stop loss if you're trying to make
you can
2%.
On a 10x, you can only take a 1% at max. But I mean, you're sitting with now into that order block about a 0.6%. So if you just change your mitigation method.
Yeah, but it's a nice bounce area. I agree with that. And between the 786 and the 618, it's always a nice area. Okay, so yeah, that's not a bad one. Okay, let's go hunting for some entries here and some altcoins. This is Link. So Link on the 8 hour. I'm still looking for a revisit to this 382. It's been super bullish, and this was a 618 bounce the other day. We had a great move off it, but now it's come back and it's hanging around the 618 again. I'd like to see it down here. I don't know what you guys are thinking, but anywhere around the 7, I think we're going to get a nice bounce on Link. There's probably order blocks in here too. Yeah, there's one lower down here on the 200-day. So that's a nice hot zone for me. The 6.9 to 7. I think we'll get a good bounce there. But yeah, I mean, BTC's still flat. It needs to show a little bit of weakness here, maybe down to 29.2. 29.1 might push Link into the zone for us. So just keep your eyes on that. But it could be a nice one. 6.9 to 7 could be a nice bounce for Link.
What we're seeing right now, maybe it's worth a quick look, is Casper. As I know you tried it yesterday, but we are,
Oh, yes.
we are on an order block right now. Just we're actually just tapping into it, and in that order block is actually an expansion line.
So yeah, guys, yesterday we traded, for those of you that weren't here yesterday, we traded
786, I
CAS.
think.
Yeah, we traded CAS off the 618, and we got a nice bounce, and yeah, we were quite happy with that. We got a couple of %, and then it reversed, and we eventually got stopped out. Lots of weakness now. So yeah, 786 bounce, like Craig was saying now. But I don't have much else here. Craig, you're saying you've got an order block there?
Yeah, but your order blocks are set up differently. So we're sitting on right
Okay.
now. It's just bounced. In fact, it's bouncing right now on the 15-minute.
Yeah. So if you look at that, I mean, you can see it's been a strong reaction on
one.
this double bottom here.
Yeah.
That's quite nice. So yeah, that could be your marker. That could be your exit zone in that area. If you want to be long CAS, I'm taking a break from CAS. CAS hurts more. I miss the best entries, then I get what I think is a good entry, and I get stopped. No, it's horrible. I'm sitting out
Becoming your
of
enemy.
Yeah, no, it's
That sucks.
guys. Sometimes you got to admit defeat, and I think CAS has definitely beaten me on this one. But yes, potential double bottom on a 786. So if you bullish cash, could be a good one. Remember now, any moves up, this becomes resistance. The trend becomes resistance. So just remember, you know, that sort of situation. So maybe if you bearish, you could look for a move up, something to short, potentially there. And then the bulls will trade that trend up. So yeah, just play it easy. I'm done with cash for at least a week. Let's see how we go.
A week.
I need a rest. It just hurts me too much. Okay, so
HBAR is building a bear flag now. So yesterday we had a bull flag. Sorry, yesterday we had a bearish pennant, which we completely smashed through last night, and we're building a bull flag right now.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay. So this could be
that's
good.
a nice bull flag, eh?
Yeah. So I mean, we've been speaking about this at length amongst ourselves as well, guys, and like, you know, we don't really want to try and short these super bullish coins, rather like join the party instead of fighting the party, and you know, look for entries. What is concerning me about
that's what the
HBAR,
market's doing right now. They know that everyone's looking for the short, so they're playing the retail. They're playing them.
Yeah. Look, there's about another 6% move before the next resistance zone for HBAR.
Times 10x.
So yeah, and remember the shorts are going to be stacking up here again too. So I mean, it's like this RUNE trade on the weekend. Everyone's shorting it. Everyone had to go shorting RUNE. I mean, half the office tried to short RUNE as well. So yeah, don't feel bad if you shorted RUNE. Everyone did, and everyone got hammered. So let's look for an entry. Let's trade this flag perhaps. So let's go back to the 15 minutes. And these are really simple. You know, they're quite simple to trade. You want to look for these moves down to the bottom supports for your buyers. So if we get that, you know, you can look to try and snap a buy there. Otherwise, you just trade that break and retest. So here's your resistance here. Okay, so let it pop up, let it come back and retest. If you go to things like Lux Algo now, it's going to be signaling shorts all day. So, you know, again, this has been a super bullish token. So, you know, just be careful with this is very like unusual situations for, I think, something like Lux Algo to read perhaps. But you know, it's hit this red band. I mean, that's on the 15 minutes. Let's look at look at that. This is ridiculous.
On the 5 minute, we're sitting with an order block. It's a very small order block, but it is sitting at 7115. I would actually say the safer entry is 7140. Yeah, it would be nice. It would almost be on that trend line, on the bottom end of that trend line that you've got. I like that because above it I've got an expansion line, and so when you've got an order block below an expansion line, it's a good.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at this is the 4 hour. It triggered a bullish buy on Monday, and it's still not done. There hasn't even been an X yet. So, you know, even on the 4-hour, Craig, it's showing that it could still be quite bullish.
Like this. But you've got to wait for it to get down. We're not there right now.
Okay, so what is your entry? Looking at this flag, what are you looking for?
Well, I'm not even looking at the flag. I'm looking at 7135. So what I do with this deal, me personally, if you've got like algo, you'd obviously see the order block on the 5 minute. But what I really want to see is I want to see that 5 minute stochastic get to the bottom, and I want to see that 15 minute stochastic get to the bottom. So it's probably on the 50 MA, but it's on the trend line for sure. That's
Okay.
where it is.
So Craig's entry is done here in this order block, 713, 714. Is that right?
714, I think it's a nice line. Yeah. And it'll be a tight, relatively tight stop loss of about, take the first week, it's 1%. The first week low. So what I'll do
so
is
guys,
stagger it. I'll put 50% in. If we drop low, I'll just add to it so that I can provide myself hopefully with a stop loss under seven basically.
would you ride it even lower? I mean, would you
No.
add down to this order block, or you'd be out just below this?
No, because it's the flag we're looking at there. That flag must hold.
Okay.
If you break the low of that flag, you're done.
Okay, so guys, you've heard it from Craig. He's going to trade HBAR down here, 713 to 714.
Yeah.
Makes sense. There is an order block here. It's a 24% order block, but it is the 5 minute candle. So just remember that. It holds less water to say like an 8 hour or whatever, but it doesn't mean it's not going to get a reaction. So if you're interested in this, nice flag, bullish token, join the party to be long. You know, if you want to be short, you could potentially get squeezed out. Things have been incredibly bullish here. So those are your options there. That's a good one. Let's look at RUNE. So RUNE's had a nice rejection, huh? Look at that. Let's zoom in a bit, yeah. So this could present us with some buys for RUNE. How nice was this little flag here? See that? So that's kind of what we wanted from HBAR. Let's take a fib from that low there. See, this could be nice. See those horizontals there? Those look cool. Let's see what we've got along the line of order blocks. We've got an order block on the 1 hour on the 786, but I don't have horizontals tied in with that, but just make a note there. There's an order block there. I really like the support bounce here. Let's see if we've got a trend there. Just trying to create a little picture for us as to why I like that. Okay, let's see if we've got any MAs of note, of interest. No. Bruce, you like this type of thing, hey? Trend in a 618 and some horizontals.
I like that a lot. Actually, what you just did.
I don't think we're anywhere near done with RUNE. Everyone is just, it's the biggest short around. RUNE and HBAR. And, you know.
Yeah. I see BTC's going green again, only to disappoint later. Guessing. Yeah, so if we get an opportunity to get RUNE down here, I think it's worth a look.
Okay.
Definitely.
There were 2 messages in the group on ARB. I haven't looked at it today, but I know I was watching it yesterday thinking this is really good. I think we actually spoke about it on the call.
Yeah, we did. You were saying it was looking good, I think.
Oh,
there we go. There we go.
It was there. It was in the zone yesterday, remember? Exactly there.
Okay.
Where we spoke yesterday.
Yeah, we discussed the options here. Okay, so now it's playing out, which is nice. Always nice when it does play out. Look at that move, guys. Look at that move of the 618.
We spoke about it on that trend. Remember, we spoke about it on that trend line yesterday. I said to you, it's right at the
Yeah. So guys, like yesterday, we traded SNX off the 618. We had the 200-day. Okay, this is what we were looking for. We wanted this candle. Okay, and you can see now you do get it. So don't feel despondent about yesterday. Same with, Cass was also at that 618. Okay, so we've got a break of trend on the 8 hour. Let's see the size of the move. 2.3. Okay, so yesterday these guys started rejecting after 2.3. Let's see what happens here.
But you've got to look at that first, right in that first resistance zone there. You've got to just watch. Just for me right now, I mean, that's the only way I made it so well. I mean, I got to 68 in the trading competition last week. Okay, I bombed on trying to short run on the weekend. I told you I broke one of my rules. But bottom line, it was made up of these 25%, 30%, 25%, which are just 2.5%, 3% moves.
Yeah. No, you're very good like that, very disciplined. I mean, you know what I'm like. I can sit in a trade for days. I was saying earlier, I think before you were here, I mean, I've been in GRT for so long. I mean, sometimes it's so green, then it's so red. No, it's quite frustrating. Okay, so ARB, let's play this strategically here. It's breaking trend. So if you are super bullish ARB and you can't control yourself, you've got a trend break, it could move. What I want to say to you is 618 and horizontal resistance coming. So potentially it's going to ping this thing, pull back a little bit and give us the retest that we want. That's our main one. Okay, so we're looking for this little retest to come back here. Nothing wrong with a pullback onto this horizontal zone. So this area here would be a nice entry, and you can have a tight stop on that as well. So let me know if you agree, but I'm saying 1.15, 1.151 would be quite a nice place to have a go. Making the assumption that we've now broken trend on ARB.
Like that.
Okay, and then obviously, guys, the intention is we break trend. The intention is now we create a new trend, okay, going up, which you've seen obviously before. Okay, let's see what else we got here.
A similar setup, by the way, but it hasn't bought, is Optimism. I don't know if you've got that chart done. It's coming
Yes,
down
I've
to
got
the
Optimism. It went through our entry yesterday, and let's see where we are. Okay, so yes, Optimism, it's got trend support now. I don't think I had much else. Let's see. 786. Okay, so I had trend in the 786 for Optimism here. So potential bounce zone. We've got 2 items. Let's see if we've got order block. That's 3. Okay.
Yep.
So there's a potential bounce there. Okay, not the worst thing. So, but again, you make this assumption that BTC is going to behave. Okay. Yesterday we made the assumption, went up, chopped us. So just be aware. If we lose this trend, this is what I'm looking for. A bounce down here, 1.1, 1.4 ish, and then a push back to trend, which should offer a short opportunity lower down. So right now, if you're bullish, this is your area. This is your long zone. Order block 786 trend. If you're bearish, let it fall down, let it bounce back up, and then you can get a short. This is 8 hour. Guys, anyone there, if you have a trade or a setup, please jump in.
Yeah.
Let's see, Axie. Okay, so Axie is still going. Okay. Did we do FET?
So I'm watching XRP. Just for a small move, it's going to be a 2-3% move if it comes, because we've had a 5-minute candle go down and close out those stop losses, and so it looks like there could be another move. If, for instance, I get a candle down to around 50, around the midway back to that supports of 624, I'm going to put a small position, and then I'll add if we then break towards the upside of the range.
So do you want to show your chart, or should I try and decipher what you're telling me? Are you looking at
It's up to you. It's up to you. Yeah, it's something like that.
If you can, I'd love that, Chris. If you want to show, that would be awesome.
Yeah, sure. I'll jump on it. Let me do it.
Thank you.
Even though it's weird. Even though I'm got a bearish sentiment, I'm still looking for longs. I can't bring myself to go short. I'm like, okay, I look at the charts and I'm like, this thing's definitely going to go down. So I'm going to wait until I can long it. Like,
yeah, I look, that's my preferred route all the time. I love a bounce. So I'd rather let it fall down and then I'd catch the bounce. I prefer that too.
Just, I think you got to unshare so I can share. So.
Oh. Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you see the chart?
Yeah.
So managed to catch that short down to the mid range, but I'm just looking at this, and generally when I see that on the chart, it means that they are stop hunting. Like they're going to kind of grab all the people that have their stop losses under here so that they can fill a position. So I'm not entering it yet, but if I get another wick down to that support, I'm going to take a small position, keep my stop loss under that wick, because they'll probably push it down one last time to knock people out. And then if they move it up, I mean, it's only a 2.5% move up to the top of that range. So things would have to move bullish for me to look for more than that. But I mean,
I think there was
that's
some news on Ripple. I don't
really
remember.
good or bad news.
Good.
Good news. So I mean, that could potentially, I mean, I'm looking 10x because I've got a 0.5 stop loss. So then it's like 25%. Yeah.
Have you checked the order blocks on that?
I don't have the order blocks set up here. Can you check it?
Yeah, let's take a look.
Or Dill's got it, yeah. Like it just gives you that confirmation, you know, for me. I don't know. Since I've been using it, I won't trade without it. It's just hit it too many times. I mean, last night on HBAR, literally shorted into, I was in bed and I thought, do I get up and do the trade? Well, I should have actually just got up and started my computer again, but I tapped into an 80% order block. And I mean, it's done 15% since then. 15 real percent.
Sure.
Are you in the...
So we're
There's the
sitting in an
15
order
minutes.
block.
Yeah.
We're closed positive.
Yeah,
So you've already got the wick.
Our candle looks quite strong. Yeah.
Yeah.
And but I'm saying you already had that liquidation wick, because that wick would have liquidated out any of those recent longs. Because that's always the objective, is to take out. Most people have stop losses under recent low. So if they can just wick below it, if they can just wick below it, they're good.
Yeah. So that's a potential long.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be going for more than a 6.3, 6.39.
But you've got stop loss under that wick now. I don't know how deep that wick is, but that's the wick that you've got a stop loss on now, because people, you know, sometimes will go close to there for a double bottom, but
you
really got to be looking at this market now, because they're just feasting off of retail and how they trade, you know.
I mean, if you get the candles close sort of above that trend resistance line, you could look at along with the stop loss underneath 624. But I would rather wait. I'd rather wait for one more wick down.
Look, this is a nice candle. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so, just put a line there, Bill, so we can check it out tomorrow. What happened? It'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on the candle now, so we know where we would have taken it. Interesting to relook at it tomorrow.
Let's put a mark, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay, that's good. Let's see what else we got here. So somebody's saying Optimism linked to base or something. Let me know in the chat what your thoughts are. Somebody's saying Optimism could pump. So guys, yeah, if you know fundamentally what's going on in the background, it's always nice, always handy. Okay, let's see. I'm just looking in the chats here. Yes, order blocks are very helpful. Use it as one of your things on your checklist to help you make.
Don't forget, we've got. I'll have to go and find it, but we've got that promo code that gives you less 30%. But quite honestly, I would. There's no question. For me, it's especially for leverage trading, spot, but leverage trading for sure.
Okay, Willem wants to see GAL. I don't know what this is. Guys, drop in the chats what else you want to see. Let's see if we can cover a few for you.
It could mean
I have
Gala.
no idea what GAL.
Gala. Okay, that is the thing. All right.
Well, there's something called GAL here. Okay,
Yeah.
so the first thing we can see is support there. And we can see a little trend developing just here. This is 12-hour, guys, so I'm really zoomed out here. Just so give me a sec. Fib, I'll pull from the low to the high. I want to just get an idea as to what we're playing with. Nothing at the moment, tying in. Okay, let's zoom in here. Does anyone know the market cap of this coin?
What's it called? GAL. I'm just checking out.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of it. What is it? GAL.
Having a look here.
What God? A Galaxy.
GL Galaxy.
ASE, Galaxy. Market cap 53 million. Rank 392. What is it? Let's just see. So we're 93% from the high, which was in May of 2022. So it's definitely not a new token. And we're 28% off the low, 29% off the low, which was on the 10th of June. Oh, interesting.
Okay, so I mean, I don't know
there.
fibs, and you guys know I love using fibs, and the fibs aren't tying in. So all I've got for you is a horizontal, and I've got order blocks here, and there's two. There's 2 4-hour order blocks in this space. So you know it's support, yes, confirmed. There's 2 order blocks here. It should hold, but I know nothing about this coin. I've never traded it.
Web3 development
how it
platform.
reacts.
So yeah, Web3 development platform. That's all I can get from at a quick look.
Okay, so yes, support. That's all I've got for you.
Request to look at comp.
Comp, yes, we must look at comp. I like that one. Okay, so there's potential stops for you. 1.144. Okay, and then under there, 1.107. So it depends how you trade this.
As just said, yeah, software, how projects engage with the community, run campaigns, airdrops, etc. So another big one that's been on, but I freaking till we both had this token and sold out is the bag. I mean, goodness me. But look,
don't tell me that thing's moving.
Drew, it's done a 28x in the last 10 days. 28x.
Oh my God! I think I sold the bottom.
IMX pumping now, so that's a very interesting. I mean, I'm really.
I think I sold the bottom of the bag.
Yeah, we did. No, it's such a bag of the bag, eh?
Okay, so
trend line breaking there.
Yeah, this is a big move here, guys. What's the story? What's going on?
Probably take it from the second high.
Yeah, let's see what we got here.
Wow.
It's not ideal, but this is a candle of note. Wow.
Engulfing is
I mean, this is 4-hour. Yeah, this is proper.
Wow.
Okay, so should get some kind of rejection here.
What percentage is that candle?
I check now. Three.
Ah.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, it looks spectacular, but it was only 3. Okay, so yeah, would I jump in now? No. We've missed this one. Obviously, you can jump in and it can do what HBAR did and pump forever, obviously. So just be aware of that. But for me, you know, I've got to look at this objectively, and this is the way I would do this. I'd look for a pullback and I'd try and play the support. That's your safest play right now. If you jump in here at the top of this candle to the low, it's 4.4%. So that's your risk. If you want to jump in on a green candle, it's 4.4%. If you're on leverage, times that by 4.4. And that's the type of hiding you're going to get if it turns around. And
I like this
DYDX.
just while you're just going there, Abonay's comment. I think it's such an important point that right now. Safest place to jump on pumping coins. And I think, Abonay, I think you've actually got a spot on there because, you know, we always, and that's where I say I broke one of my freaking golden rules on Saturday was to try and short the bull, where I tried to short RUNE, not once, twice. And I paid the price. And, you know, Tom Hugart's a big proponent of that, where he just goes, you know, nothing, you can never say something is too expensive and you can never say something's too cheap.
Mhm.
and rather play the bull, you know.
Yeah.
Totally. And we try and get smart, and we try and short HBAR and RUNE. We
No,
must
but
just
you know
go
what we
where
try and do,
everyone's going,
Adil,
you know?
rather than, I mean, we if you wait for a flag of some sort and then you have break a flag, yes, you can chance it, but we try and pick that. We try and pick the top. I mean, what a football I was on Saturday. Idiot for those who don't know Afrikaans. And I literally broke two of my golden rules. And the second time I broke it, I like consciously thought, I'm revenge trading. I thought, you're revenge trading. I said, okay, I'm going to revenge trade. And I just took me again. So I paid the price.
You see, guys, we do this stuff all the time. So if you're doing it, you're not alone. This is like normal stuff.
One more revenge
we
trade.
just got to
That's
try and do it
exactly what I
safely.
thought. Sorry, yeah.
Okay, so I've got somebody talking about a DYDX short. So if you follow these charts on Discord, you would have seen the short opportunity was here in this red band. That was the main one. So there's potentially a smaller time frame short opportunity now into this resistance. I can try and look for it for you. But what we were saying here, trend support, we had 382, we had trend. This is the 4 hour. So, if BTC stays decent here, DYDX, we'd expect a bounce, possibly to retest this resistance band. Let's take a look at some rejection zones here. So I'm pulling a fib from the high to the low. I want to see where it's going to reject, assuming we're now bearish, okay? So let's take a look. So you can see the 382 and the 618 are potential areas where we would TP if we were long, or they're potential areas where you start looking for your short setup. Okay, so there's the 382, there's the 618, guys. So it's 221 and 219. If you're feeling you need to send DYDX lower, just try and do it safely, obviously. Matic, yeah. Matic's very boring at the moment, eh? So this is Matic 12 hour. Let's look at 8. So yeah, I'm just kind of just looking a bit sad. The most logical thing to me was this potential double bottom play that we could try and grab. So yeah, I'm looking for that. Might try and jump in there at 6.5. Let's put an alarm there. Hopefully I get it. But yeah, if it comes down there, probably worth a look. If BTC's a lot weaker, then I think we're looking at this region, 59 again. So step one is a bounce at 655 for me. I'd be interested there. Marcus likes ape. We must take a look. Yes, injective might be at major trend support. Alvaro, I think it is. I was looking at it earlier. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. So it wasn't perfect. We had a few, like we had a fib and a horizontal and the trend. They weren't tying in beautifully, but it is at trend support. And we've got this trend here as well. And we've got the rising trend, and I've got the 618. So it's a hot zone, put it that way. I can't give you pinpoint accuracy here because there's things in the way, like two trends, for example. But it is a hot zone. I like it. And then the 200-day is 6.3. That's another hot zone. So if we get BTC weakness, 6.3 is your area. Set an alarm for that if you see BTC coming down. Yes, Abernay David did short DYDX in that resistance band at the top. We must. He's not here today, but hopefully he'll update tomorrow. Okay, KNC. Does anyone know what KNC is?
Yeah, that was.
And we must cover CRO, Craig.
Yeah, shit.
Kyber. Okay, so let's.
While you're going,
Sure,
I'm
there's
just
so many
dropping in
coins
the
there.
link, guys, for Lux Algo. If you want to get it, there's a link there. And if you use that promo code CS30, you get 30% off. My advice is you pay for it. You don't go the free version. Go for 30 days. You don't like it, you just don't. You cancel. You got 30 days free. And they've got a great YouTube channel that they explain the stuff in detail. I mean, I only use the order blocks, but Simon, I mean, he's fully embraced it.
Okay, so
that's a bull flag again, eh?
yeah. So there is a flag here.
Sure.
It is between fibs. So, and this is the 200-day. I mean, you know how we love this 200-day, guys. So just, watch what happens around you. You can see it's just dancing around you there. There's no using the 200-day as a support base or whatever wouldn't work in this situation. You can see how it's sort of jumping around it here. But yeah, possible bull flag. So if you're bullish, this is the trend area where you look for buyers, perhaps. You might want to do that. If we do get a pullback, 618 should get a reaction. This low should also get a reaction. Let's see, I'm just looking for order blocks quickly. This low here, you should get a reaction there. It's 41%. So at 0.672, you should get something. And then the fib, 0.665. Guys, try and let me know in the chat am I moving too fast in these charts? Are you picking up what's going on? How are you reading it? Are you okay? So yeah, I mean, I suppose you can screenshot.
Can I pick up on a comment on the side there?
Yeah.
If you don't mind. Do you mind if I change, or are you finished with KNC?
No, carry on.
No, rather finish KNC and then
yeah, well, that's it really. So yeah, the order block's down there. And we've got the fib as a bounce zone. Otherwise, track this trend and look for this flag to break. What do you got there, Craig?
No, it's just this comment from Dan Butari. Interesting comment and great comment, by the way. He said, "Is all this hunting trying to make a chicken salad out of chicken shit because the market is so flat?" So I love the comment, Dan. I'll tell you what it is that there's always money to be made. And we've got to hunt those freaking trades out, because I mean, you look at what's RUNE, you look at what HBAR have done, what Doge did last week. We've got to find those hidden gems and make money where we can. So that's where it is. I'm happy to show Bill just quickly how I look for the tokens. If you give the screen quickly, just so that you guys are aware kind of our routine, or certainly my routine. But every morning when we start on our internal calls, I go here. So I go to Bybit, and if you just click on markets over here, this tab, and then you click the market overview, it gives you this overview here. And then I click the derivatives tab, and then I scroll down. I pick USDT perpetual because that's what we trade our leverage trades on. And you sort it on this 24-hour change. And what you're looking for is what are the big gainers here, and where is something that possibly is a small one that looks like it could become a big one. But this is where you pick them up. Now, today is not a particularly great day because we've only got one what I call double-digit gainer. But if you've got 6 of double-digit gainers, we unlock Donkey Kong for the day for sure. But nonetheless, these are the tokens that are moving. This is obviously leverage. Now you can do this on any exchange, and I'm just doing it on KuCoin for no other reason other than just pick an exchange. But pretty much every centralized exchange, you can do exactly the same. Just go find their market section. And then look for example, the spot trade section. And then we take where's the USD, and we pick here, USDT. And we just literally do the same thing, like what gains are there to be had? So look at this, say, SAI. I mean, here you got 80, this thing just launched this afternoon, Bill?
Yes, this is the new one.
What about that? So, but just have a look at the double-digit gainers on spot. This is KuCoin. I mean, so you can't say there's nothing to trade. There's trades. I mean, look how many double digits are here. I mean, it's blank. So Jasmine is still down there. We need to look at this, Bill. My guts has been
10,000 ladies. Yeah, guys. So it's tricky because we like to trade. The coins we like to trade. The coin Sheldon likes to trade. When you start looking at these smaller caps and stuff, things get riskier. They get more volatile. So we, as traders, we like quite comfortable in the ones we sit in. But if you do what Craig does, I'm telling you, it works. Slightly riskier, but you jump on the hot tokens, Craig, and those things
No,
often
you
do
know
the
me. Every
business for
morning
you.
I'm rattling. Got to look here. Got to look here. And before I was a staunch learn one coin, trade that coin. You know, when in the recent months, you have to give up that. So you do a bit of charting, take a high level view, and just zoom in exactly like Bill does. Start with your daily, and zoom in to get a feel for where we're at. Have your main moving average or 200-day, you know, if whatever others you like, maybe a 50 or whatever, and then start working out where you're at. You know.
GRT is breaking a trend here on the 1 hour.
I also have had tinglies about GRT. Let me tell you my tinglies. GRT, obviously HBAR, and yeah, GRT is the one. Yeah.
GRT has a history of pumpage. I mean, it can really, really move. I mean, look at these candles. Yeah, it's something like I've been sitting in for a few days, obviously waiting for a big move, because we've seen these other ones popping off. So sometimes it's, you know, there's a lot of luck involved. You've got to just be in it at the right time. You're not always going to be in front of your screen trying to grab that setup. So that's also why I like to kind of sit in one or two just in case they blow up.
We've been looking at GRT this morning, though. So we tapped the freaking order block, the 1 hour order block.
Yeah, it's got a little double bottom situation here as well. It's worth keeping an eye on. I mean, we've got the trend break. Looks like a little bit of a retest there. See BTC still just chilling there. It's flat. Okay, XRP, same. Oh, Carver, we've had comments on Carver. Yeah, that thing also hasn't moved. FTM, range bound. I still can't get a nice entry here on FTM.
Wonder if Jay's still in that trade.
Yeah, I wonder. He was trying to trade it to 25, but I see it also reversed with everything yesterday. I mean, look at this tight range. It's mad, you know. That's just here the whole time. Very small moves. So yeah, it's probably scalper's paradise.
Yeah, that's you've got a scalp, and and I'm not pushing it because, you know, for any other reason than that's what I'm using. But the order block is 15 minutes, 5 minutes up to the 15 minute, or 15 minutes up to the next 15 minutes, and it's just 2.5–3% moves.
I wish Carver could just do what it's supposed to do. I mean, we don't have any fibs here. Sitting on this horizontal support here, you see that? So this area here is what we're looking at there. Okay, so they tie in together. So you get that horizontal. Let's see, what are these stocks doing? 12 hour on the way down, 8 hour on the way down, 4 hours turning up. 1 hour's already on the way up. Yeah, so Carver, I mean, it is on support. It's probably one of those where you need to wait for a break of trend now. Because I mean, we've tried Carver on support so many times and we don't really get the nice moves we're looking for. So it's probably one of those where you just need to be patient, keep it on your watch list, look at it every day, maybe zoom out a bit because, yeah, I mean, once it gets that break, people might climb in and the volume could come in. So, you know, maybe you want to just wait for it to do that. And then, you know, the ride is probably going to be up to there, your first move. But it's a hell of a slow mover, isn't it? Jeez, at the moment, 6%, maybe on break of trend. And then just, yeah, if BTC shows weakness or, you know, we start losing levels, this becomes a possibility again. Geez, I remember we were sitting over here talking about this area. Maybe one day it would go there and then it came here. So don't discount the points there for look out for a little fake out down here. Come and flush you out.
I was asking what's a good stop loss for Carver. It depends where you entered, obviously, but it's got to be under that.
Yeah, it would be under this wick. Yeah, under this wick. So maybe, you know, you don't want to be high leverage on this thing, but 0.805 and lower, if you can get it to like 0.798 even, would be nice, because they might come with a fake out and just pop you up there. Mike, I agree. AVAX is the new Carver. AVAX has just done absolutely nothing. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad area. Have we looked at Render, Sniper Charm? It's been interesting. Yeah, Render annoys the shit out of me too. I use the same words. 382 bounce. Okay. So this was here earlier, it came down, pinged the 382 trend. Let's see what happens now, because it's actually lost this horizontal. So I was eyeing this horizontal as the main area for me. I wanted to climb back in this range and push up. So let's see. It looks like it's trying to reclaim that. So they just wicked down to grab some stops or whatever.
Oh,
let's see. Let's see.
And broke that trend and it's retesting it. That's actually not bad.
Which one's that?
I've got a more local trend, and
yeah, let's look at it. Yes, there.
Yeah.
Excuse all the lines, guys. Those are my markers. But yes, Bruce, you're talking about that. See.
Yeah, exactly. It broke right through it. It's coming back to retest. And
yeah, so they wicked us down,
that's
took out some stops at the range low, I suppose, because everyone would have looked at something like that. So let's see what happens here. If we zoom back out, you know, it was back to where we were, saying we've reclaimed this range low. Now we want to move up. So let's see how we go. Eyes on BTC, 29,400 still boring. Guys, it's not always like this, I can assure you. I mean, we have times where, yeah, it's challenging. It really is challenging at the moment. We prefer it when BTC's pumping and dumping. Either way, you know, just give us something to play with. Some big moves.
Just an interesting comment. Maybe everyone can just chip in here from Pharaoh George. He says, after you find your tokens, you know, do you mark up the charts? How do you decide which one first? I mean, I'll just jump in here. So every day I kind of isolate out 4 or 5 coins that I'm looking at, and then I try and mark those up and look for the zones, and then I set alarms on them as they're getting, like I've done with HBAR now. So I'm waiting for it to come down to, you know, what we spoke about earlier. I set alarms on my stochastics. And then I guess for me, it's what hits first until I run out of money. So as long as I'm comfortable with all of them. I don't know if you want to add to that, Bruce, anyone else on the call? So,
yeah, Bruce, I'm keen to hear.
I'm sorry, say again?
Look, if you got something to add, please let us know.
No, I mean, we tend to get overloaded with, you know, all these calls. Like, you know, we've gone to 30 tokens already. I know for me, what I do is in the morning, I just quickly go through them, and without marking them up at all, you can see what's coming to an area that's interesting. So that's I'll check it out further, just I'll wait for later, and end up with a much smaller list that I then can delve into and start to narrow down, you know, 2, 3, or 4 that might have setups that are useful. But usually just go really quickly, chart, you know, and that takes practice until you can do that quickly. But yeah,
it starts coming naturally once you clock the screen time. When you guys now, for those that are new, you're looking at charts, it's like an absolute nightmare. You're wondering how the hell we're pulling fibs. How do we know it's going to bounce? How do we know that support? The more time you spend, you'll start figuring out, you'll see how these things react. It's not that difficult. It's just a matter of clocking hours. You know, for me, my routine, I go through, you know what I do in this Discord. So I go through so many, and sometimes it's actually works against me because there's too many options. I wish I was sometimes just watching 4 or 5 tokens only on my whole day. But because I look at so many, you know, while I'm doing all these, I sometimes miss opportunities, or I've got too many to choose from and I pick one, and sometimes it's the wrong one, you know. And then like the other day I chose uni, and it was Link or uni. They looked the same, and Link did 8% and 1 or something. So it happens. But you know, one thing I can suggest is work on less tokens. Maybe get a few of these high risk ones that pump like mad, but just careful with those, and then work on a few like Danny. She trades Theta so often, does so well. Bruce, Tomo. You don't need anything else. It depends what you want to what you want out of your trading career, I suppose. You know, some people just want to trade a token and bank that money every day. Others like the variation and the excitement of, you know, different coins.
Yeah. I have a number of friends that just trade Bitcoin. That's all they do. You know, because Bitcoin moves a little slower than the alts, they trade with larger positions, maybe higher leverage, but that's all they do. They just Bitcoin in and out. And they just get to know it so well that they do very well. So you got to find that thing that works for you, and that may take some time.
Okay, I'm looking for some more comments here. Comp, yes, we didn't do comp. Let's take, I see comp gave us a double bottom, and it gave it to us a little bit early. I was looking for an entry a bit lower. I've lost my screen here. Let me just get it back for you.
Also one for Solana. Did we go over Solana today?
We did, but we can come back to it.
Okay.
So
Got a
Solana's
couple
looking-
requests here.
Yeah.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
You got comp in front of you, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, this is what we were watching. So yesterday, funny enough, we had that pullback yesterday and comp hardly flinched. So my trade setup that I was talking about was an entry lower down here at the 618 and the 200-day, which I was very keen on. There was also a trend. Let's look at that. You see, we had this trend over here coming down. Okay, so right now it's sitting on horizontal support. Let's see if we've got some fibs here. Let's see what else we got. I think we're going to miss this 382. So there's the 618. Yeah, we've lost the 382. So it's a bit of a weird area for me. Yeah, you've got your horizontal. Okay, we know that's there. We've got a trend that you can try and track. Let's zoom in a bit. So I quite like comp until this pullback now. So I was quite keen on that. And we got the little trend break and retest. So it was looking quite promising. Let's see. Order blocks. Big order block there. This is the 8 hour. 43%. I know Craig would like that one. So it just shows, I mean, there's solid buying in this area. They almost want to hold this one up here, but I don't have anything else tying it. So I've got horizontal, I've got an order block, the 618 and the 200 days lower down. So it's not a high conviction one for
the only
me.
thing I can see with that deal is that it kind of broke into that little order block, and it's just growing grass there. Is that if it breaks down far enough to hit that bottom order block that you pointed out, which it and takes enough time, it would intersect that trend line, and that might be interesting.
Yeah.
The sniper charm comment there, Dill, same setup as you on comp. There's a break, a block, blah blah blah, but the double bot is throwing me as it might go up from there. But it's a very tight stop loss if you want to go long in that block where we are now.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. I mean, you could trade this. There's just not enough here for me. 1.2. So under that wick is 0.3. So that's super tight stop. Then you got a 1.4 on the previous low, and then you got this the low from Monday is 2.8. So that's your risk, guys. Your risk is from 0.3% to 2.8% if you want to be long here on comp off this level. I really like this though down here. I think for me, I'd wait for that. But it's not saying comp's not going to move 3 or 4% off this area, and could quite easily.
Well, I've got to be jumping. I don't know what your time
is. Yeah, we've got I think we've got a call now.
Yeah, it's cancelled. Apparently, I haven't. David said it's cancelled, but I don't know when it is.
Okay, so I'm going to do CFX and INJ for everybody, and then I'm going to jump off
Did you do that
as well.
CVC? That one you said you were going to do it. Was it CVC? What was the one that you?
CVC.
The one, no, the one we did that you took while we were doing the drip.
Oh, CRO. Shit, we need to
CRO.
cover this one. This was looking decent.
Crypto.com. Ooh.
Yeah. The falling wedge
No,
there.
it's turned around. False alarm. It's reversing. Okay,
Yeah, but
so
there's
we
a
had a
beautiful falling
descending
wedge
wedge.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, let's not discount that. It was looking good, but now it's starting to
Yeah.
almost curve a little bit. So what did we have? We had this.
Yeah.
We had this
Falling
down
wedge
there.
there, and then from the top. So it could, and that falling wedge is a bullish pattern for those that aren't.
Okay, so let's work with that for now. So the idea of this falling wedge obviously is, you get this move down here and then you break that trend and then it's a big move higher. That's why we like these falling wedges. And I think there was a 786 here.
It's got a 68% chance of a break to the upside.
We had a fib here as well, Craig. I can't remember what we had. Unless it was on a different exchange. I think it was the 786 or something. We had something here. There was something on this area.
Recent low.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, then it hasn't dropped low.
Got to go for this.
I don't know. When we were
line.
sitting together, I was pulling that fib on my phone.
I know, but you did have one. You did only use one hand.
Yeah.
Other hand had a drip in it.
Okay. Yeah. So maybe it was maybe it was that one. Maybe I pulled that one. I don't know why I would have pulled that one though. You see what happens when you start trying to do this on your phone though. Yeah. So when we pulled it, we had a 786 there. It made more sense. Anyway, guys, watch CRO, descending wedge. Let's see if it bounces off this trend. Okay, so watch these. Watch that there. Could be a move, even if you're just bouncing or trying to play the wedge move, it's a couple of %. Could be something there. I don't know much about CRO. I've never really traded it. But is something to watch.
Crypto.com, I mean, it got smashed in the recent past with news, but I don't know what the bigger picture looks like. But I know it was probably beaten. They're big sponsors on the Grand Prix track. You always see Crypto.com everywhere.
Yeah.
On the Grand Prix tracks.
Okay, we've got a GMX.
Yeah, GMX. I want to see that before I go because I really like where it came from. The very bottom. If you go right out, we were really, really beaten on this token. Yeah.
Yeah. No, they sold hard. I was looking for more. I was looking for this 48. It's kind of turned prematurely here.
But maybe a pullback. I don't know what fib levels there, but I agree with you. I mean, that thing's coming off a proper low. This thing was pumping before.
Yeah, well, it's here, that 618. That's all I can pick up, really. I was looking for higher. Look, we know this is a good bouncer in this 44. Okay, so if you get down here into this order block, there'll be something going on.
It makes a high low at the top of that bounce zone on that.
There's another order block down here, 41.
You look at those order blocks. I go to the 15-minute order blocks.
But yeah, it's just habit. But yeah, that's nice. I mean, that's comforting to see that. And that's around the 382 as well. So 46.2 could be a top-up zone for GMX.
Yeah,
must be something to watch. Yeah, I don't mind that area. That makes sense to me. But yeah, I was looking for this 48 before it rejected. So unfortunately, it turned a bit early.
He went bullish right from the bottom. He just said, "Just can't get lower."
Yeah. Okay, let's see CFX.
So I'm going to jump, but you see, I'm going to find out what's happening about that other meeting. I'll let you know.
Okay.
Thanks,
Cheers,
Craig.
guys. Have a great afternoon. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Cheers.
Bye.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So yeah, CFX, they're playing the range game here. And they're just milking this range. Up, down, up, down, up, down. It's going to come back to this order block. Makes sense. 1.76, but they've really held this support well. I mean, we've been playing the support since June. I still think we can get this move to the 200-day. But if this range is going to continue, just treat it like it's going to continue. So if you get an opportunity to buy CFX down here, it's probably worth a look. You'll get a few percent out of it. Maybe set an alarm down here. It will ping you. And then just try and ride it up. And your risk is low. You know, if it loses this major support, you can pick it up at 0.14. So if you get it down there, I mean, it's a big move, 15%. It's not a joke. I think I'm going to put an alarm on this thing. I put an alarm down here. Okay, so it's 15% potential target if you want to buy it down there at these lows. And then if it loses these lows, keep your stop nice and tight. And then this is your next area. It's big support though, very big support. Did somebody, Light Painter said, who mentioned CRO? Did somebody mention CRO on Kyle's show? Let us know. Bruce, have you done a Tomo today?
Nope. Well, we talked about it earlier.
Can you do one for us?
Sure.
Is anything happening?
Actually happened. And now we're gonna wait for the next happening.
Okay, give us a setup.
Well, it's gonna be one of two setups. Hang on. All right. So
see, MDX called it on Kyle's show, apparently.
Yeah, it's people getting into it now. So yeah, you caught this down at the bottom there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was asleep, so I missed that. I had it set up, and it by the time I went to sleep, it was still mucking around down here. So I waited because I really I was uncertain whether it was going to bounce off the trend line, which it kind of did, or come all the way back down to the bottom of the range. And it looks like it chose to bounce off that trend line. So right now it's a waiting game again. It's either going to move its way back to the top of the range, that area. The setup is pretty easy. Just track the trend and see when it starts to break through that or reject off the top, one of the two. Or it's going to come back down to either again the trend line or again the range. This is the range we're talking about, is that thing right over there. I can't predict which it's going to do, but it looks like this particular move is ending right now. So I would say let's just watch it over the next couple of hours or next day or so and see which way she leads us. I don't
So
have
you're not going to short. You're not going to short this.
No.
Okay.
This could just as easily be straight up. This could just as easily be a simple retrace. Does all that retrace and then continue. I have no reason to think this is going to come down yet.
Yeah,
I might, but
I like your TA, Bruce.
Yeah. So
I like it. It makes sense. Danny says he's shorting Rune right now. Good luck, Danny.
yeah, exactly.
Good luck.
Have fun.
Yeah, I'm not for or against it. So yeah, good luck, man. Let's have a quick squiz at this Rune chart.
Yeah.
Try and see his thinking.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll come out. Good. You got it.
Yeah, Bruce, thanks.
Okay,
I
I'll stop
enjoy
there.
watching your charts.
Thanks.
Okay, so Rune's coming down into a nice area. Maybe it's fallen over. Okay, we're nearly at our area. So yeah, I'm not sure where you grabbed your short there, Danny. Hopefully not too close to the support area. So what tends to happen is on these reaction zones, you get some kind of a bounce. So if you are short and you bearish, just be careful you don't get flushed out, because they might just bounce and buy back a little bit and then continue the move. So just careful with your stop there, wherever you are.
Oh, I see what you're
But
doing.
it's
there.
coming.
Ah,
It's coming into a bounce zone here.
got it.
So and
Ah,
it wasn't too much. I think it was trend and 618 that I liked here. So let's see how it goes.
yeah. That's really right
And then
at
we
it.
got the order
isn't it?
block. Look at this order block lower down at 1.4. That could be a
Uh-huh.
nice one as well. Okay, Lux Algo has pinged short. Let's see. Lux Algo
Yeah.
called a short here. Okay, cool, interesting. That's on the 1 hour. Oh, there's some selling here on Rune. This is exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's just get these settings right. Okay, so this is 8 hour. Sorry. Okay, see how it's way into the red band. I mean, Lux Algo can't deal with this
Yeah.
type of stuff. Look at this thing. It's like blown out of it. Okay, guys. Well, here it is. 618 coming in hot. Let's see what happens here. Look for a reaction. Let's go to 15.
Yep. I can live with that.
Let's see what we get. Judge. Tension.
Only like about setups right
Wait for these areas. Imagine now, guys. So without using this, imagine you were bullish on Rune, you would have jumped in when we started talking earlier at 1.52,
Mm-hmm.
hoping to be long, and we use these tools to try and limit our risk. We're 4% down from that point, So this is why we use all these tools. We want to just manage our risk. We want to manage ourselves. We want to manage our bias, obviously. But the nice thing about this is we've got a clear trend. So if we lose this trend,
Yeah.
we might get a second opportunity. We'll bounce here. Okay. Then we might get a second opportunity here to short at the 618. So that's quite exciting. So if we lose this area, there's potentially 2 trades there. And there's one right here, obviously, if you want to long this thing on the 618, horizontal trend. 618. Suspense is killing me. Okay, I see someone commenting about Floki. While we wait for this, let's see what happens there. Let's look at this Floki situation. 618 over there. Now, who was trading this? Was it Kyle? I think I saw in the chat Kyle was trading this guy.
I don't know. I don't know.
Not sure.
I'm putting a fib from this low to that high. Okay, so back zone ties in here with this support there. You see that support there, guys? So if you pull that across on the 382, you can see we've got horizontal and fib there. And then we've got the next area. Okay, so these are pullback areas for Floki.
Mm-hmm.
And let's look for our trend over there. Okay, so let's just make this green. Make it nice for you. Okay, so these are areas of interest on Floki. If it's going to continue this trend, that's where you want to be. You want to just be there somewhere, and then you can look for the next move higher. Loss of trend, expect something like that. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it was Carl. Carl was trading Floki. That's a nice little trade.
Yeah.
Sniper Charm is short Rune, I believe. That's what I can make out. Danny's TP is 1.299. Danny, let's check this out, man. 1.299. That's a big target, eh? 200-day MA. Okay. Hopefully that's in the Bybit comp. Hopefully you're going to get us some high percentage there for our squad. But yeah, one step at a time. Let's get through the 618. Let's see what happens. Okay, Carlos says bearish divergence and 8-hour looks possible for R. Zill. Okay, Devin, let's do Zill, guys, and then sorry, I really need to duck after this. Okay, let's do Zill quickly.
Yep.
Yeah, Zill is just in this tight range here. There's nothing to report here. These are the areas on Zill. It's just bouncing up and down for now. It looks like DOT. It looks like a lot of these others. But Zill will wake up one day the way Rune woke up.
Yeah.
We gave up on Rune and look what it did. So let's not give up on Zill. Let's keep it on our watch list. But yeah, right now it's a tight range. If you get an entry down here, it's probably a good one. 0.0196, probably a good area. You should get that right up. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with this. If you are bullish Rune, 1 hour trend 618 horizontal for the bounce. Okay. If you are bearish Rune, this is not your entry on support. Let it drop first. Your entry for a short is the next move up into resistance. Okay, so maybe ladder in a bit earlier if you want to be short. So let's assume it loses this trend. You can maybe start looking at laddering in a little bit for anywhere up to about 1.46. Okay. Okay, so that's if you want to be short. And those of you who are short already, you are well done. Great shot. Okay, cool. Guys, thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
That was fun as
Always
always.
a pleasure.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully BTC does something. I don't care right now. It must go to 24. It must go to 32. They must give us something. Yeah. Okay.
I'm with you on that.
Cool, guys.
Thanks, everybody.
See you later.
Ciao,
Cheers.
ciao.